on now. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all be? I hope you had a good weekend. This song has been wrecking me all weekend. Hey, get in here. Love this song. Maui. Lucky. Did you hear that? There's no shame looking like a fool. That's me. It is the United Pursuit Band. I don't like all their stuff, but this song, the song is by United Pursuit Band. All right, and it's called "Head to the Heart." It is crazy. Hold on. It's so good. Morning, Vancouver, British Columbia, Indianapolis. Lori. Hello from Tulsa. Oh, man, you broke your wrist. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. My favorite family, which is my family, is doing amazing. And they're doing so awesome. It helps that my kids are so freaking gorgeous. I love them so much. Oh, my gosh. We're going to talk about this on Gallbladder. To the heart. Listen to this. Listen. Hold on. Oh, get lost in you. Right? Woo! So good. I mean, I'm like, this song just like blows me. And the dude that lights up in it, we're going to get started. Greens and reds. I promise. We're getting started. Hey, Candy Warren. So greens and reds personalities, rubies and emeralds, hang with me. Here it is. Listen. Ready? Ready. Here it comes. Woo! Come on now. Good job. So good. So you just got to worship your face off. That fixes everything. And that's compliant. Like you can just say, you know what? It doesn't matter if you got gallbladder problems or mother-in-law problems. You know what I'm saying? You just worship your face off and you just let it roll. And you let Jesus handle that. From gallbladders to mother-in-laws, he can help you. That's it. Right? That's it. Hello. That's my tagline now. Worship your face off to save yourself from gallbladders to mother-in-laws. That's what you guys say. All right. Now, I gotta actually quantify that statement with saying that my mother-in-law is awesome. So, Beck, if you're on here, I love you and you're amazing. She makes having a mother-in-law easy. So don't worry about that. You know what? If you don't have a gallbladder, then you got gallbladder problems. That's a problem. Like, because you're created to have it. Isn't it interesting that nowadays, medically, oh, you know what? I should probably introduce myself. Don't you think I should do that? I should probably tell people, like, oh, I'm sorry. That sounds uncomfortable. Johnson XO? No homo. Well, then you need to go see a surgeon. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to like just leave that alone because then my brain gets like crazy, non-funny and not nice. You need to see a surgeon for that, sir. I'm sorry. For all the good people on here. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm Dr. Jim Bob Haggerton. If you don't know who I am, well, then it's probably better for you. It's probably like less crazy at your house. Sometimes I think that Cindy wishes she didn't know who I was at 5 in the morning when I'm like, playing my worship music and jamming out. And this is the thing that's hilarious. So I'm going to do a training for you guys more on the personality colors and on the gems training that Danny Johnson has. I'm going to combine them and show you guys some more of that because it's just so freaking awesome. But the thing that's fascinating is when you start seeing it in your kids. And so, this morning, we were laughing over the weekend. We did the exact same thing. All four of us are sitting in the living room, and I am, goodbye. That's right. See ya. And you say stuff like that. I'm like, really? So we're sitting in the house. Hey, Rachel, how are you, girl? It's so good to see you. And I'm playing live worship like this. Like we're playing United Pursuit and Elevation Worship and Bethel, and we're just jamming out. It's like what we like to do when we're home over the weekend. So I play the music. And Harper and Cindy, who are both similar personalities, they're both ruby emeralds, right? I think Harper's got some sapphire in there on him, but he's a red, and Cindy is a high green, high red. They both sit there and they're like, it's this. A little bit of a head nod. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm over there like, head to the house, and I'm like jamming out. And I look over, and Cindy starts laughing. And I look over, and in the middle of the living room, Ellie's like, and she's like rolling around, like she's dressed like Anna off of Frozen, and she's jumping around the living room like, and she's jumping around singing. And Cindy's like, your clone much? Yes. And so too funny. But hey, you know what? Everybody's awesome. All right. So let's do this. Let's talk about the gallbladder, and let me show you guys how to know whether or not you're having a gallbladder problem or not. Okay. So if you're not familiar, and if you have had your gallbladder out, I'm sorry that the medical system did that to you. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to you first. That's the worst thing. Oh, introduction. That's right. Sorry. Man, I keep forgetting it, man. So I'm Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton, and again, I'm a chiropractor from Texas. We talk about function, we talk about Jesus, we talk about essential oils, we talk about supplements, we talk about all kinds of stuff, right? And so if you look for old videos, here's my website, family-wellness.com. I post all the videos to YouTube afterwards. So here, you just look me up on YouTube. There's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Would love to see you guys on Instagram, okay? The craziest, that's right, the craziest, for sure. And so what we're going to talk about today is how the, hey, Switzerland, we're going to talk about how the gallbladder works. Can the gallbladder die? Yeah, you can totally, you can not take care of your gallbladder and have issues with it that you don't even know about for long enough that the organ will eventually stop working. Like your body is not done. So if I cut off circulation in my hand, okay, and I wrap around something and I cut off circulation. Just use my finger so you can see it. If I cut off circulation in my finger and I hold it and I cut it off for long enough, what will happen? It dies because I lose the lifeblood. I lose the support to that part of the body. The gallbladder is the same way, but it's not because, you're the one person that was born with a gallbladder that didn't work, or like, you're part of that 20% that God miscreated you, and he sneezed on this one group, and he was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. All of those people are going to have gallbladder problems. That's not what happened. It wasn't like God, took a nap and then it just forgot on a certain percentage of people, and all of a sudden your gallbladders. It's like women who they say, your pelvis isn't big enough to have a baby. Really? You're the only, female actually created on earth to not have kids? That's weird. Well, good to meet you, because I didn't know that women were not created to have babies and stuff. That's insane. Let's go crazy. So it's the same thing with gallbladder. The gallbladder is specific and it does specific things. It's just that when you have certain things that happen, I'm going to show you. You can create problems in the gallbladder, and then if you have a genetic predisposition to having congestion and stuff, sure, you can build up problems. Do you have to? No. Do you have to get it taken out? Hopefully not, if you get to it fast enough and you support the gland, okay? All right. So, is it my gallbladder? I got all this pain. I got this pain going on. Pain up in here, up in here. Is it my gallbladder? Well, let's talk about it. Here's some signs, okay? Here's some signs of issues that could be coming up with the gallbladder. All right, so I'm going to let you guys get a screenshot of this. So, if you have abdominal pain and discomfort that's mainly on the right side, and so it's under your ribs on this right side, that's worse with food, that's crampy, and if the pain is under your right shoulder blade, then you may have a gallbladder. It's kind of like might be a redneck if, might have gallbladder problems if. this thing is happening, okay? Now, let's talk about that for a second, Kaylee. What does the gallbladder do? The gallbladder is responsible for releasing bile, okay? So when you eat fats, all right, let's say that like, I have whatever, like a hamburger patty, right? I have hamburger meat. When you have a hamburger and you have like the fats that are in the meat, right? Fats are not actually digested anywhere through the pathway until it gets to the intestines. It bypasses the mouth, okay? You have lipase in the mouth to get it off your teeth, but you don't break down the fats. It goes past the mouth, it goes into the stomach. You actually bypass part of the stomach. The stomach is really huge for processing proteins and processing carbs. But as the fat goes through the stomach and the body realizes that you've got fat that's coming through the system, then there is a hormone delivery that's called cholecystokinin. That's a really cool name. It could be a really cool Indian name. Hey, Chief Cholecystokinin. You could be a good middle name. Maybe I'll name one of my kids that. Cholecystokinin, get in here and clean your room. What do you think? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, so what happens, cholecystokinin, don't treat your brother like that. Cholecystokinin, except it's CHOLYCYST something, like that. Okay? Right. Now, I know, really? Cholecystokinin? Why did you do that? So the hormone signals the gallbladder and says, hey, we got fat in here, and we need some help breaking it down. The gallbladder then pumps bile, these bile salts, it pumps bile into the intestines and into the stomach to help to thin out the fats. It thins it out, makes it really thin so that, there you go, so that it can be absorbed through the small intestine and through the wall and you can get into the body. Okay? And that's how it works. Now, here are things that will create problems with that. Here are some things that will create issues with you over time. You're welcome, Leslie. Let's talk about this. You ready? Here are some causes of congestion, of lack of circulation, of gravel. It gets like this gravel stuff, okay? Can its removal hinder weight loss? Yes, that is a fantastic question. I'll answer that in a second. Ask me that again in a minute, actually. That's a fantastic question. Causes of gallbladder problems. Chronic stress. I'm going to explain why. Diet issues, poor diet. Hormone imbalance. Genetics, pregnancy, like my top 5, okay? No, it will not always show up on a CT scan or ultrasound. Now, if you have stones, so let's say that you've had this for a long period of time, okay? Let's walk through the process. So if you've had chronic stress for a long time, like say, most everyone, and what ends up happening is chronic stress increases what hormone? I want to know. Chronic stress increases what hormone in the body? Do not say cortisol. I'm asking for hormones. Is it estrogen? Is it progesterone? Is it testosterone? Estrogen. Candy. Bam. If I had something to give away, I'd totally give you something. Totally. I'm gonna figure out something I'm gonna give you. Good. Candy was awesome. All right. Estrogen. You're right. You guys are doing awesome. So long-term stress increases estrogen in the body because stress fires. I'm giving you something, Candy. I got to figure out what it is. I don't know what it is yet, but you're gonna get something free. And so I'll have the girls call you. Okay. Now, here's what happens. Chronic stress fires the right side of the brain. Okay. They get sympathetic dominance. That's the right side of the brain. Okay. Now, when that side of the brain fires too long, there are more receptors for estrogen in the right side of the brain. So it automatically will increase estrogen. Estrogen increase in the body causes the bile in the liver and the gallbladder to get thicker, to get goopier, to get gummier, okay? Naturally happens. Now, if you're not getting good fats, if you're not getting good activity, if you're not taking fish oil, if you're not drinking enough water, then what can happen is with that excess estrogen, that thick bile can get hard, can solidify, and create bile stones, okay? It actually creates stones inside the gallbladder. Now, if you asked what earlier, will it always show up on a CT scan or a ultrasound? Well, not necessarily, because sometimes you can have gallbladder inflammation, okay? It's called cholecystitis. The stones is called gallbladder. Yep, bile stones. Because that's what they are. They're made out of bile. They're gallstones, but they're made of bile. They're bile stones, okay? So the stones themselves, the name for that is cholelithiasis, okay? Exactly, like Goliath. In your gallbladder, like kicking your tail. Cholelithiasis, okay? Now, we're talking about that. It's a great question. If there are stones, those will show up on ultrasound and on CT scan, okay? No, they are not confused with kidney stones because gallstones literally stay in one specific area. They call it a bag of diamonds appearance because the gallbladder sits on your right side, right underneath the liver. It's like right here underneath the liver. And so if there's stones formed, it's almost like a little pouch. Like how in the old days they used to carry their money in a little leather pouch. That's what the gallbladder looks like. So it holds the stones in the gallbladder. It looks like a little pouch of stones. And they call it a bag of diamond appearance on films. Okay? Kidney stones are in specific tracts where the ureters go, and it can be in the kidneys or it could go anywhere along the ureters. Kidney stones are way smaller. They're really little. And they're like shards of glass. Gallstones are bigger. They can get as big as the end of my thumb, like really huge, but they're mushy. They're squishier because it's made out of bile. It's fatty. It's not actual calcium deposits. Okay, that's not what happens. Okay? Now, with enough stones that get built up in there, then you could go into a full gallbladder attack. You could get spasming in there because it creates stress, it creates inflammation. But you don't have to have stones to create inflammation. You can get cholecystitis, where the gallbladder just gets inflamed. This happens in pregnancy a lot because there's congestion in there, because there's not great circulation, maybe there's a baby laying on it, and it irritates it even though there's not stones. But it will present with similar things. Pain into the ribs, pain that radiates through to the back, problems eating fatty foods, diarrhea with fatty foods, constant reflux and stuff, and they're just like, especially when they're eating fatty foods. Like that comes up consistently, okay? Now, questions on that? That makes sense? Now, you can dissolve them, and I'm going to show you how to do this. I know. That's the thing that I hate the worst. Okay, so Faith and JC, here's the thing that Cindy and I, my wife and I, our biggest passion is in teaching information so that we never have to hear, well, I wish I would have known that 2 years ago, or where were you when my kids were 5, or wish I would have known that before I did ABC. And that's the thing. Either on that, Lydia, if there's a gallbladder issue, you'll have problems with great fatty foods. You can have steamed salmon and it wreck your gallbladder, or you can eat crappy foods. You can go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it's still going to give you problems, okay? Low amount of bile is a signaling issue from the stomach. There's something going on with the stomach, okay? 10 years ago, oh man, okay, well, I'm going to help you with this, all right? I'm going to help you. All right, now, Shanna, here's the thing about the weight loss. So Shanna asked, if you have your gallbladder removed, can that hinder weight loss? Yes. Do you know why? Watch this. The thing that the gallbladder helps you do is it helps you absorb all of your fats. Okay? If you cannot absorb your fats, what can you not make correctly? What can you not make effectively? What can you not make sufficiently? Tell me. Nope, not bile. Nope. Yeah, estrogen or hormones. That's it. Any of your hormones. Thank you. If you cannot process your fats and you can't, that means you cannot bring in, oh great, so glad that you're on and you're new. Thank you for getting in. If you cannot process your fats and you can't break down and bring in the right amount of cholesterol, cholesterol is the first step, first building block of all of your hormones. All. Every hormone. Every one. So, if your gallbladder is messing up, your cholesterol levels are going to be out of balance. And you need the cholesterol in order to build your hormones, and you need correct hormones in order to lose weight. If you can't build up your normal testosterone, you can't build up testosterone, you can't build up progesterone, you can't build pregnenolone, you can't build DHEA, you can't build estrogen, you can't build cortisol correctly. You cannot do any of those things if the gallbladder isn't doing its job well, especially if you don't have a gallbladder. You need to support it another way. Now, there's hope for you if you've had your gallbladder taken out, which is a large majority of people, predominantly women, okay? Because women have what? Higher estrogen normally. So just like we said, the estrogen creates more congestion. Exactly. See, Rachel? There are very few men that get their gallbladder taken out, okay? Very few men. You know what? If you're not doing a gallbladder, like kind of a liver flush at least once or twice a year, that's probably not working great. And it needs to be working better. But if you're not having pain and all this other stuff, then it's probably doing okay, right? Because it'll let you know. All right. I know. All that dang estrogen makes me cranky during that time of the month and messes up my gallbladder. Gallbladders and mother-in-laws. Dang it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So those of you who have had your gallbladder taken out, your liver does a lot of the extra. Like your liver has to take over more work, and it will do the things that you need. Yes, birth control affects it big time. Actually, birth control is one of the things. That's right. Just worship your face off. Birth control is one of the things that will create gallbladder congestion and problems faster than anything else. If you have ever been on birth control, you have gallbladder congestion. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I will put everything on that. Okay. Does it cause excess belly fat? Well, the thing that increases excess belly fat is hypercortisolism, like extra cortisol. And if your body's stressing out because you can't balance your hormones, then it can have an effect, but it's not a direct one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you again. Here's some causes. Chronic stress. Again, the chronic stress causes estrogen imbalance, causes less circulation, and it takes the circulation away from your core and puts it into your extremities so you can either fight or flight. You can either fight or you can run away. Okay? All right. So diet, poor diet, really crappy fats, and bad sugar over time makes the circulation in the gallbladder and the liver worse. So then when you have chronic stress adding on to that, it compiles it. Hormone imbalance, so that excess estrogen, problems with hormones over time, multiple pregnancies back to back, creates more congestion. Genetics, and with genetics, what I'm talking about on there, and if you haven't watched my genetic video, then go to YouTube, look it up on there, and go look at the genetics one, okay? Of course your doctor said that. He's the one that took it out. And he's the one you paid to do it. It's okay to live without it, sure. Well, it's okay to live without your right arm too, because you have another one. But does it suck and is life not nearly as good? Right. You see what I'm saying? Like you can live without your left leg. Does it make life a whole lot harder? Yes. And so with your gallbladder, can you live without your gallbladder? Of course. Does that mean it's not necessary? No, that's not what it means at all. But because they're taking it out and they get paid for it and insurance pays for it, like nothing, then whatever. Because again, they don't know how to help with function and they don't know how to get rid of the congestion. So what they end up doing, is they just cut it out because they don't even know what to do, okay? All right, so with the genetics, the problem with that is that if you automatically, and you already have a predisposition to a sluggish liver, sluggish gallbladder, estrogen dominance, things like that, it could be easier for you to have gallbladder issues. Does not mean that you're going to have problems though. All right, so I'm going to teach you, there's 3 tests. 2 tests, the first 2 you can do on your own. You can do it on yourself if you're thinking that you might have gallbladder congestion. Okay. The third one is one that you would go in and have medically tested. Okay. So I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to show you number 3 first because this is typical. So the typical test is you go in and have an ultrasound. Okay. So the ultrasound looks through and it checks for different things that can build up in the gallbladder, like the stones and stuff like that. So if you have anything that's building and you have bad circulation and the gallbladder's not firing 100%, then sure, ultrasound is going to fight it. Okay. Now, we're not going to talk about essential oils with this. I'm having to separate out videos. We're going to do gallbladder liver support. I've already done one of those. If you look on the website and you go to YouTube, I have a gallbladder liver systems video. And I talk about all of the essential oils and stuff that support liver and gallbladder. Increase function, decrease symptoms. Increase function, decrease disease names. You see what I'm saying? But we're not going to talk about that today. I'm going to give you a couple supplements to help with congestion. We're going to talk about the diet stuff and we'll be good to go. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 tests. I'm going to give you the first one first. We're going to talk about this, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about the second one. Then I'll let you take screenshots of it, but I just don't want you looking ahead. First test, we call this the rebound test, the gallbladder rebound test. Okay? All right. So this is what you do on this. Okay? This is what you do on a gallbladder rebound test. I'm going to tilt this phone up so you can see. Okay, so on a gallbladder rebound test, you take, if it's you, you're going to have somebody do this to you. You're going to lay down on your back. This is the right side. The gallbladder is in the right side under your rib cage. So your rib cage is right here. And on the right side, okay, do gallbladder issues cause fatigue? It totally can. You're not building up hormones correctly. You can't process a lot of your digestion. You're not absorbing a lot of your nutrients. And your fats are the highest caloric intake food that you take in. So you're getting 9 kilocalories per unit of fats. So if you're not absorbing them, you're not getting all that energy out of that fat, out of that food that you need. Okay? You just won't even process it. It goes right through. So what you do is you lay down and you stand like if I'm doing the test on myself in the video, I'm standing perfect. I'm going to stand and I'm going to come in like this. And you use 2 hands. Here's what you do. The person testing stands up and you're going to put pressure. The person who thinks they have the gallbladder issue, you lay on your back. Take a deep breath in. Breathe all the way out. And as they breathe out, you slowly push, 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 push. Push, 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 till you can't really go any further. And then have them take a deep breath in real quick with you holding pressure. Take a deep breath in. All the way out, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. And then you go and breathe real quick while they hold pressure. If you have a gallbladder issue, if you have gallbladder congestion, if you even just have irritation and you're needing to work on supporting the gallbladder, it will hurt. You're like, oh my gosh, stop. Why do you like, I thought we were friends. Like, I loved you and now I'm not doing it. Okay? Yeah. So don't let your mother-in-law do it because it might not end well. Yeah, you might get punched. And so you're just going to press in. And then they go all the way out, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, and then breathe in real quick. And then you'll have a symptom. If it's not, then they'll look at you like, what are you doing? And it's fine. Okay. It's very specific. All right. Now, if you want to double confirm it and they're like, ow, they're like, that really hurts. What's the matter with you? God, don't act like that. Then what you do, the second test, where'd my thing go? There it is. The second test, call it the right hand pinch test. Real specific, I know. But you pinch the web of the hand on the right. I'm going to show you. There is an actual reflex point. There's a reflex point. Let you guys get a picture of this. There's a reflex point on the hand on the right side that goes straight to the gallbladder. Okay? Now, y'all got it? All right. So what you do, right hand, okay, web of the hand, you're not gripping up here. Okay, you see this? You're not gripping up here. You literally, or see where the fatty tissue is right here? Here's the muscle. Here's the fatty tissue. You literally like grab like this and you pinch it. Like grab it like this, okay? And you put some pressure in there, right? When you put pressure, this is right hand. When you put pressure into the web on the right hand, you grab it like that. Not the muscle right here, Rachel. Slide off the muscle to where you pretty much have just skin. See how I can like move it? See right here? And I'm coming off the muscle and you just pinch right here. And I'm pinching it, you know what I mean? If there's gallbladder issues, it hurts. If there's not, it won't. Like it kind of like, you're like, they want to like stop. It'll get tender because it's a reflex point on this side. Mine's kind of tender. So I need to work on mine, right? What you do, you just press on it and hold it. You're like, is that tender? And you're pressing. And they'll either look at you like, no, you're weird. Or they'll be like, ow, stop. That's uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, the chances are they have gallbladder congestion. You don't know if they have stones or not. You don't know if they have anything else. They would have to get an ultrasound to know. But then the next step is then we need to help support the gallbladder and we need to calm it down. All right, ready? Does that make sense? Y'all get that? Like, no, you're weird. You're grabbing my hand. Pressure but not pain. That's not a problem. What if the pinch test hurts but you don't have a gallbladder? Then you have liver congestion where the gallbladder was. Remember, the gallbladder and the liver are connected, or were when they took it off. So they just cut that duct off. But if you had a bunch of congestion, it can back up into the liver and you'll get stones and you'll get gravel and congestion in the liver. So you need to work on the liver no matter what. Liver issues, that's right. See? At one, Oily Mama, Roger, over, Niner. All right, here we go. So what now? So you pinch through your arm. You like poked on your buddy's, stomach. Yeah, drink more beer. That's a great idea if you have gallbladder issues. Drink more beer. Eat a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then call your doctor because they're going to love for you to pay cash for your gallbladder to get removed. It's awesome. That's like job security for them. All right, so what now? Now that we've like tested it and you're like, okay, look, man, we've got like something going on. It's sore. Now what? Okay, well, there's a couple things. Let me flip my page here. Number one, sausages and onions. Number one, keep eating. You know what the number one thing is that doctors will tell you guys and they tell patients, and you guys that have had your gallbladders taken out, you can attest to this, you can testify to this. When you went in and you started having problems with your gallbladder, okay, you can live without the gallbladder. Rachel, you're ridiculous. It's awesome. Okay? When you went in, the first thing they told you to do is, you need to stop eating all fats. Like, don't eat any more fats for right now. We're just going to like give it a break and all that. That's the worst thing you could do. I'm gonna drop a mic. I'm going to drop the mic. Hello. Right? The first thing they told y'all to do is they said, stop eating all fats. No fatty foods while we figure this out. what they're doing is they're like, no fatty foods. I want to take your gallbladder out and I want to get paid. So don't eat any fatty foods so that we can really send you into a gallbladder attack. And then you're going to call me next week, fist bump, elbow bump, chest bump, and we're going to take that bad boy out because you're going to create so much irritation, so much pressure on the gallbladder that the minute that you do eat anything with fat, you are going to freak out. Here's what happens. If you don't eat fats and you stop, what happens is it builds up back pressure. Your gallbladder is constantly cycling through bile, and it will build up pressure and pressure and pressure and pressure. There's all this bile building pressure in the gland. It's like a water balloon. Pressure and pressure and pressure and pressure. And the more you don't eat fats, it doesn't allow the bile to circulate and get it out of there to where you're using it inside digestion. Then you go for days and days and days. Part of this is the reason that some of you guys have gallbladder issues anyway. You don't eat consistently, right? So you're like, I don't eat anything. I don't eat any fats. And then exactly, the 90s diet, it's exactly right, which is when most of you guys had your gallbladder issues and had them out. You're not eating fats, and then all of a sudden you go to somebody's house and you have a pizza, and it's all fat. And you're like, ugh! And you're on your cycle when it happens, and you have like major gallbladder attack. Exactly. And so then you go and you're like, oh, you don't eat fats, don't eat fats, don't eat fats. And then you go have a burger. Boom! And then it freaks out on you. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened. All right. So now, eat consistent fats, not a lot of fats at any time. So if you figure it out, you're like, dude, something's up. Like, what is going on? Oh, that hurts, man. Stop poking. Ow, stop pinching my hand. It means you got gallbladder congestion. So then start eating fats consistently every single meal. Just don't eat very much. If we eat little bits of consistent fats, it keeps the circulation going and it keeps it consistent. What good fats for it? Avocado, good fats. Avocado, fish oil, coconut oil. You see what I'm saying? Like nuts and seeds, that kind of thing. Like light, easy, good, healthy fats, right? And then that way, it increases slowly the circulation without irritating the gallbladder. See how that works? Okay, so we're consistent. Consistent fats to keep the flow of bile normal, even in congestion. Yeah, egg yolks, a little bit of eggs, that kind of thing. Just not a ton. Not like 4 eggs over the top of hash browns and bacon. You know what I'm saying? Grass-fed butter, like a little bit of butter, you know, all that stuff. But a little bit every meal, not a lot. All right, so that's key, even in the middle of the attack and kind of thing, or even in the middle of congestion or irritation. Now, doc says, oh, well, your spasms. Of course it does. Everyone's gallbladder spasms because it has to contract to send the stones out and to get the congestion out. You got congestion and you got irritation, right? So if it goes into spasm, it's because you haven't had enough fats. And then all of a sudden you take a ton of fats in and it goes, oh my gosh, and it freaks out. You're doing it to it though. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm doing it to my own if that's what happens. Does that make sense? All right. So now, here's the supplements that will help clean out the gallbladder. When it has that congestion and when it's irritated, this is the things you need to do. There's 4 supplements. These work 100% of the time. I've never had a problem with it. Now, if you've waited so long and you've taken medication, because medication is going to speed this up. If you're on high-dose pain meds, then it will make this worse. If you're on birth control, it makes it worse. If you're on antidepressants, it's going to make this worse. That kind of thing, right? Now, if you've done it long enough to where the organ has died, you've cut off circulation. Remember my analogy? Cut off circulation so long that the body's like, that's not really good. I'm just not going to use it anymore. It'll stop using it. It's going to try to cut that off. Well, there's a thing that we talk about in natural health care that's called limitation of matter. Okay? I'm going to hold my mic on this because I'm going to drop it. Okay, you ready for this? Limitation of matter. Welcome to the Periscope with Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton, the crazy A chiropractor from Texas. Okay? He is sapphiring it up here today, ladies and gentlemen, and blocking people that talk about inappropriate stuff left and right. So if you want to say that, I'm going to use the finger. Okay, now. You ready? All right. What was I even talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about now. I totally got myself off track. Oh, the medication thing. Sapphires. What was I just talking about before I did that? Matter. Oh, thank you. Okay. Limitation of matter. You ready? Limitation of matter states that after a certain period of time, because our bodies, this is a fallen world, right? We're on earth. We haven't got our heavenly bodies yet. That the way that we're created is that after a certain period of time and a certain amount of abuse and a certain amount of stress, said organs in the body may continue to deteriorate and may eventually stop working. Boom. It's called limitation of matter. It means that there's certain points of time when you're not going to get it back. If I cut my hand off, I will no longer throw a baseball with my right hand. It's not my hand's fault. It's not my body's fault. It means that I cannot throw a baseball with my right hand if I cut the hand off. It's a limitation of matter. There is not the matter there to work. Okay? Boop, boop. See? Duh. People get the block finger. Boop, boop. Okay, now here's what you do. Keep the consistent diet. Ready? So the limitation of matter, remember, after a period of time, it just won't work, but we're going to support it. Here you go. AF Beta Food. These three products are from Standard Process, Ningxia Red from Young Living. Go back and watch the replay on this. I talked about all of it early on. Okay? All right. AF Beta Food. You still do this, Oily Mama 1. You still need to do this because you've got gallbladder, you've got liver congestion. You want to balance out the cholesterol. AF Beta Food. If you're pregnant, if someone is pregnant, they don't need to do this one because there's extra vitamin A. They do just plain beta food. Okay. This is concentrated beet enzyme. Beets dissolve congestion in the gallbladder of the liver. Like you could juice beets. Betaine is an enzyme that is highly reactive in the liver gallbladder. How fascinating is that? So the betaine enzyme will go in and eat out congestion and help to get that bile stuff out. Yeah, how awesome is the Father? How incredible did he make our bodies that you're like, hey, look at this like nasty like vegetable that I can't stand. I feel so much better because it helps with the circulation. Cholesterol is the bile salt replacement, okay? Bile salt replacements. Hey, ask me about Hulda Clark in a minute, Rach. Bile salt replacements that you can take and help take some of the pressure and work off of the gallbladder. So it's helping you thin out the fats. Livaplex. Just think it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Take a Livaplex. Livaplex, good for your liver. It's good for the liver. Okay? Standard process. Again, you do 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 of all these. Ooh, that sounds bad. You do 6 of each all day long while you're having congestion. Then it speeds up the circulation, helps to get all that out. Now, there you go, Candy. 6 of each for the first week or two. Then you drop down to like 3 of each. Boom. Beets can dissolve the stones out of the gut. It'll dissolve that bile. Absolutely. You can juice beets. Okay? Ningxia Red has fantastic antioxidants in it and stuff like that to help with circulation and to balance your pH. So therefore, take medications that help to support my gallbladder. Absolutely. But you need to support the gallbladder if you're having to take medication for chronic pain all the time because then you're going to create gallbladder issues and possible kidney issues and stuff like that too. Okay? All right. How do you know if it's liver or gallbladder? It doesn't matter. They're both practically the same organ when you have your gallbladder. Liver does a little bit more filtering. Gallbladder is more specific for fats. But they're both practically the same one. They're connected. Okay, so she asked about Hulda Clark's liver cleanse. Okay, you can order those supplements from us. You can get them there. Those are practitioner driven. So a lot of practitioners will carry them. You go to standardprocess.com. But if you go to our website, family-wellness.com, okay, family-wellness.com, and you get on there and you call us. For those of you guys on Periscope right this second, I'll even do it for you guys on replay. So for the 24 hours that this is up on replay, you ready? For the 24 hours, you're welcome. Watch this, Holy Mama. This is for you. For the 24 hours that this is up on replay, if you call our office in the next 24 hours, right, I'll give you 10% off of any of those supplements. Okay? So that saves you extra money on it. Give you 10% off. Okay? And so that'll be good. I'll have the girls know. So when you call, ask for Carly, or ask for Danielle. They won't kill me on this one. We're doing better about this. I will give you 10% off because that way I can help you and stuff. But you got to keep the diet. You can't like not fix your dietary thing and then throw in the supplement and then hope that it works. Like just be real consistent with it. Okay. Now, if you're trying to lose the weight, when you're trying to lose the weight and you've got the gallbladder issues, yeah, you can do just Livaplex, but it's not going to dissolve the bile as good. Livaplex is really great for liver support. Okay, now watch this. If you're trying to lose the weight, you've got to balance the hormones. So you go back, support adrenal glands, really work on a liver detox. So that Hulda Clark, Hulda, Hulda Clark liver cleanse, it works really good. It's just that you got to be careful with that one because it is, it's not harsher. It's just more like backyard. You know what I mean? Like you're drinking Epsom salts and you're doing all this stuff and you drink a bunch of, olive oil. We've done it several times. It doesn't really work, but I won't just like blanket recommend it. I'd have to really like talk to you about that. Does that make sense? So, but doing a liver flush, a liver cleanse, just to really work on it, helps really well. Yep. So you want to work on the liver and then balance the hormones out. Work on your adrenals. Keep your fats consistent in the diet so that the body's not stressing out. Get some physical activity. You'll be good to go. How's that? How you like that? Does that give you good information? I hope this is helpful. So one last time, family-wellness.com, family-wellness.com, okay? Call up here. Ask for the Gallbladder Periscope Special. Gallbladder Periscope Special. All three from Standard Process. Gallbladder Periscope Special, and I'll get you those out, okay? All right, you guys can go look up. I've got a gallbladder and liver video that talks about support. It's got supplements, essential oils to promote wellness. We can't talk about it much in here because I talked about the problems with it. So go to that video. If you've had your gallbladder removed, then you want to be more consistent with the fats in your diet. And if you've had your gallbladder removed, you really need something like Colacol, something that is a bile salt replacement like this. So bile salt replacement. You can get them. There's other companies that have some. I just like this one. Bile salt replacement. The office number. You guys ready? Someone type this down. 817-428-9595. Write this down. 817-428-9595. When you call, 428-9595, you got it. When you call, we have a phone system that'll separate it. Leave a message in the actual supplement mailbox, okay? Carly will check it. We'll get those for you guys. We'll get a list. We'll do one order, get them all out to you. We'll ship them all to you. You'll be good to go, okay? We'll get it for you. 10% off just this 24 hours while this Periscope is up. If you call after that, then it's regular price, okay? Regular price. You're very welcome. Supplement mailbox. Call in. It's like option 3 or something like that. Put it in the supplement mailbox. They'll call you back. They'll get your information, and then you will be good to go, and you're going to do a whole lot better, and I promise it works 100 times out of 100. We use it in here for years and years. All right, you guys are awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for pressing in because just you getting on here means that you want to do better. If you're nursing, you can still do it, but you just do beta food, not AF beta food. So if you are nursing or pregnant, make sure and let them know. We'll get you the right one, okay? It won't fill up. We got a new system. It's awesome. All right, can I scope about parasites? I really do. I do need to do that. I haven't done it yet, so we'll do it. Okay, you guys have golden or red. Either one is awesome. Hysterectomy makes the hormones worse, and so it's going to make the congestion worse. There you go. Now I got to get off. You guys are like giving me all these great questions, and I want to totally like answer them. So love you guys. I just want to hang out with you on here all day. You know, we should do that. It's like a 24-hour Periscope and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like just like randomly like have a whole day and just hang out. That would be fun for like 20 minutes and fun for the Sapphires. I don't know if it'd be fun for anybody else. All right, y'all have a great rest of the day. Go love on your families. Go be intentional. And remember, health is simple. It's not easy. We'll talk to you soon.